the deal, gang? What's going on? Hey, everybody.
What's going on, Wix?
Same shit, different toilet seat. Doing all right. Oh wow, one of the tougher sessions for me last night. But I missed some good moves in London. Like literally passed out. Like maybe like 10, 15 minutes before, like a nice drop, and then I missed 2 drops. But I was planning to stay up, catch that drop for London. We would have ended well in the green. It's all right. Made back roughly 2/3. Yeah, I was confident. I was like, we're gonna end this in the green because, like, looking at the volume and the structure being formed, starting to get good. But yeah, good. But if you caught the signals after stream, multiple 3 or 4, right? Congrats on getting back in the game. I lost my voice a little bit earlier. Oh, bro, you see Ninja Trader 2? You use? This is top 1 futures, but I'm logged in through Ninja Trader here on TradingView. It's either TradeAway or Ninja Trader on top 1 futures. So this is the funded account. Live account is with AMP. Missed yesterday with Sicko. Good thing you missed it yesterday. Yeah. Took 2 L's in a row. First time in a long time. 2 full L's, not like partials. But then, like, got 2/3 of it back on some pre-London, some New York, some late New York. Yeah, yesterday was private. It happens, yeah. Just saying. Bit unusual. But yeah, let's get to tonight, everyone. It was like, damn, yeah. But then, like, you would have seen the ones after. You would have been like, damn. Yeah. You always make all those losses back. I told Duck Holmes, we're going to end the day in the green. We ran out of hours in the day, but we made most of it. My funded account didn't take a massive loss, but it didn't breach. I thought it breached us. I was like, what, with the 2 losses? And no, it was a soft breach, so they closed it for the day. We got 156. I was at 159, so I lost 3K. The problem with here, we would have been at 158. I couldn't make it back on here because they closed it for the day. So everything that we took afterwards was the live account and signal channel. I couldn't take those trades on here because they locked this day. So daily, bullish, not really back in range, just held this level. Weak bullish candle. We've opened up with a top wick. Go to the 4 hour. Really indecisive there on the daily. 4 hour has a level here. We're breaking up above. There's a level over here. In the 4 hour, we'll readjust these. Let's see what the range is here. The hourly's closed below. I'm sorry, the hourly closed above, and we've attempted to come back down in range here. Okay, I think we're going to base this on a more recent. Okay, we got some clean range up top over here. Above 90, 45, 90. I would not mind getting up here to 4620 areas. Let's see, how do we get up there? Probably the same way we came down. Okay, so you see this little chop right here? This candle right here kind of chopped it up. There. When we get up here, if we start blowing past the highs, this is what you got to worry about. The clean range is right here. This little play, what you'll most likely see here, right, once you start pushing up here, you'll most likely see it drive through this area, and then you'll most likely see a pullback back to where that wick is. So you're highly likely to see this. That doesn't mean we're going to drive up here on this candle, but that does leave us range if we're able to take advantage of a bottom wick entry. Right, if we get in on a bottom wick, it's going to have to be a bottom wick entry once we're above there, with the chance that we might get faked out. But if we open up with no top wick, highly likely we make that top wick, and I'll probably keep stops right there below that wick. Okay, get in on the bottom wick and see if we can fill this area, and then with momentum, volume, hopefully takes us further. What we're going to look for here right now. We got some volume. We get a closure above this area. The goal is to first push through somewhere between 96 and 98, and then come back down here, because the same way we came down is the same way we should come up here, and then come back down for a bottom wick. We'll need a closure though. 30's coming up on a close. We're chopping it up right now. Candles printing side by side here on the 15, the 5. The 1 hour's got to close above the most recent, but it has not really broken the overall level. Door. Oh, I got you. We've also just been rallying the whole session here since we opened up. I like sells in this situation. I think for sells, we're going to need a range 2 breakout. If we're going to look for sells here, we're going to need to close below and then form a support below here. Once we do that, we can break it. Right, so if at some point we do look for sells, it's not going to be on this push down here. We're going to have to form some kind of a support. Ideally close below here, and then we can look for the break of this support as we're driving off of resistance. Next level. Yeah, this would make sense if we come down here, tap this area. What is this? Around 45.72 up to 45.76 and back down. That would make a lot of sense too. So This is what we're gonna look for. Yeesh.
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Previous daily like candle. Let's look at that. Yes. Yes, more or less. It closed below this level right here, so it's kind of tricky, right? Below here, but above here, it's a little range. Look where we opened up. You can kind of say closed up there, so maybe it needs a bottom wick and then to continue to drive up. I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna keep it in mind, but I'm not gonna, use the daily to do the current analysis. Current session. Just understand, right? Daily doesn't really have a lot. At some point throughout the day, we are likely to make one. All about timing. Yes. Previous 4 hour, right? It closed no top wick. Sense. Look at for cells. I need a we're running cells here somewhere. Right. We need a range to break out now. Be a heavy 4 hour drop. Usually don't stick around here. Right? Test. Fake out on the hourly here would make sense too, right? We close below because let's see, maybe this happens. Maybe the 4 hour gets that bottom wick here and then comes back up, so we can start start trading, not to fake out down, but to fake out back up. Okay. Gold like a phone. Your phone got jacked? Got jacked for the phone. Buys will need to be up above there. I think we can hold this area as resistance. Or if we can, things can get interesting. That was the 30 closure here. supportive. Didn't re-break the 4-hour low though. Double country would have to be up here. No entries. Bro, turn your mic up. Just gotta talk into it. I've tried everything. I don't know how to figure it out. I really need to like lock in and spend. Trying to figure it out. Would not mind top wick sells at 45.80 areas if we did not have a bottom wick on the current candle, but we do. We made a top wick, came down, made a bottom wick. There's a chance we reject here, start filling this wick, but our edge disappears with creation of that bottom wick and a chance for it to fake out, close back up above, continue on with the hourly, as the previous hourly did close up above the most recent. Put that on some merch, but what? Oh, I missed it. Can we get what we were looking for? We fire, no? We drew this up. Remember, we can only sell it. Well, we can only sell. I'm looking for a range 2 breakout if I'm gonna look for sales. So I need a bullish hold here, but still below 45.80, and then break of that support should take us down. We have a 40 pip advantage to fill the previous wick. See what happens. Do we come up here? Yeah, I want this to come up and attempt to come back up above 45.80, and that'll get that out of the way, right? That attempt. See if it holds or respects or breaks. I get the bundle fine. I think I seen your account on the last batch. We spoke yesterday, and they said before end of day today. So if it doesn't happen some point tonight, I'll reach out to them. Re-breaking that low, huh? Makes sense. I need a support. I just very overextended in terms of sells. I need a support to form here, so that way we can trade the break of support off resistance. Right now, as it's just pushing, like we understand what it should do off what levels, but it's pretty overextended, right? And you don't want to get caught in it just to pull back on you now, close bullish after doing all this, and then the next candle does it. Knowing what I know, right? Knowing what we know. Wait. There it goes. There it goes. Yeah, there's no support formed on any time frame just yet. We got to 45.80 there. 79. I would have been pissed. Gonna flip. I don't know if it's gonna drive back up, but this candle is gonna flip either for a split second or for a push, but it's gonna flip. It only makes sense. It's gonna be funny if it flips and it drives right back down. Watch, right back down. Come on, right back down. Yeah, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, got to the flip and right back down. You saw that, right? Fucking love trading. You see that movement here, right? You get down here. Look at that right here. Get down here. That wick. That's the flip here, right? Last time you drove through there. You get that price pulls up to there, which is over here, exactly the flip, and then it bounces right back down here, which is what price started doing immediately again. I mean, will it continue that? I don't know, but the reactions at the levels are just like immaculate. We fucking love trading. It's just no one's doing levels like this. What'd you have? 71.2? Last 15 of the hourly. Oh, he's got 71 flat. Oh yeah. It's like y'all were getting a 5-on-5 going. You were getting a pickup game on, street ball, and you guys had 11 people. And after both teams were selected, you were number 11. That's basically what it feels like. You were the one left out for the next game, and everyone else is playing, right? That's what it feels like getting missed by 2 pips. I know the feeling. All right, this is key. Can the hourly or the 30 fake out? Hold on a second, chat.
Hey, Wix, you muted.
Fuck. I was just saying I'm gonna take a buy right here, so I'm just gonna mark it, execute. Buy. I know we got 7 minutes to the hourly closes, so I'm expecting a top wick on the next hourly, and I'd expect a bit of a pull up here. So market, buy, looking to leave room for a possible pineapple, but fuck. Possible pineapple at 67.7. If I need. Should be a sell. We get there? 69. We got to 69. I'm looking for 67. I'm looking to retest 4580.4 areas. How'd you sleep? How was your slumber? Good? It's good? You what? Earth? Alright. Okay. Let me finish. I'm expecting to hold these levels to come back up to retest 80. Oh, you know what? Might miss it. I'm just gonna take it right there. Market X, market buy. Okay, I'm gonna keep stops right there, back in range. Down about 30 pips here. Not too bad. Give me closure. I mean, if it plummets, got an hourly close, and I wanted to respect right exactly where we tapped. 67.7. That was the low. Right? Damn. All right, let's see. Either it breaks into range or respects and we come back up, but based on the resistances we had before, I'd want it to hold. Based on these levels, I'd expect the top wick to come back up here before the drive down. But I'd be patient, see what happens. Yeah, we get that. Hey, be nice. 1 minute in the candle. I don't want to see this. Stop us here. Right there, that wick. Last 10 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna see a bottom wick come down here on the next candle. That book. Come on, pull back up, close back above the hourly. Respect it. Oh, we respect it. Push up. Push up. I want to heavy push up, not down. I'm gonna extend that stop a little, but I might. Damn. This might. I'm just gonna leave this. Either this account right here funded blows or we push back up. I expect a heavy push up, but man, that was a heavy drop. The live is fine. Live's gonna be fine, but I don't know if we're gonna tap on here. Expect a heavy push up. See what happens. Really? We closed respecting it. Closed respecting our level to the left. So we're at support. If we flip bullish, we're confirming support. So it looks like it's continuing to push. Yeah, because this account, this needs to push up. Otherwise, there's no point of trading it. Otherwise, I'm just push. Yeah, just the top hook there. Gang. I might close here. Yeah, I'm gonna close right there. There's a top wick here. I'm not gonna close on the funded. I'm gonna let this see. I'm gonna see if this can push through. But there's a top wicker right there that can be used back down. So I closed on the live. I was gonna close about 12 pips, but it jumped down heavy. Yeah, rebreak it at low. We'll push this. I'm not happy. So this wick right here, market came up, wicked right into that area. Let's see. Yeah, closed on the live, right almost at break even. But the funded, I'm gonna look to keep going. Wait, I don't know. Came down to like 20 pips. Oh, it came down to 30, 35. You have 500 accounts copy trading? No, I just have this. I'm not allowed to have 5 because they sent me to the live. I couldn't trade gold on the live because they don't allow that on the live. And then they sent me back to funded and said I can only trade 1 account at a time because too many payouts. Too many. We grab like 20 grand in a span of like 5 weeks. Yeah, I don't like the area that we tap, but we need to re-break that. I got out on my live, but I think we still need to make that steeper top wave. Just not happy with the fact that it's playing around instead of pushing up. I think we need to see a heavy correction back up, maybe around 80 areas, maybe 75. But I don't want to risk that on the live because the rebreak of the lows will be a heavy drop, and over here this is a funded. Like this one, I just need to passing, get back into the money. Yeah, I think a rebreak of that. See, it's about 35 pips for partials just because of the level across to the left. Might move right there. About 50 pips. Gonna struggle here. just on the live, I got a chance to manage it. Over here, I didn't. On the live, I got a chance to manage it as we were making this top wick, and I saw this level across, and I saw the wicks off of there. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna be a part of that drive down. Over here, I didn't get a chance to manage, but stops are stops. We're tapping into this level, and this is a level, an area of sorts. Gonna hold this. If it holds this, oh wow. 5's not gonna hold. It was a 5-minute. Sheesh. That is an ugly, ugly 5. Give me a bit of a top wick. I'm going to close it early. I'm going to close it right there. It's an ugly 5. Pushes up, it pushes up, but that's ugly. I think we're going to break down. I'll just take that little small 400 pip loss. Minus 35 pips. Oh, no worries, no worries, no worries. Tough price action. Minutes here. This closes like this. See what the 4 hours doing. See the level across we come up from. We're staying above that level right now on the 4 hour. The chance this thing flips and continues up now that it has a bottom wick. Remember, the 4 hour didn't have a bottom wick when we started. We were looking for sells, but now that it does, I mean, that could be it. We'll see. We'll see what it does. We need a fake out here. We need a closure back up above, and then we can look for that. Yeah, I think if we close above 45.71, I'm going to look for an entry. See if we can start bringing that 4 hour back up.
Hey, Wix, if this 15 closes late, that doesn't affect anything for you because the 30 already has a bottom wick.
It's not going to close late candle if it's going to close above the range.
Yeah.
It won't be a light candle. It'll just be a strong candle. Light candle for me, the body has to be smaller than the wick here. I still think I'm right. There's indications in the market that tell me, hey, the position has dropped in probability, so you want to manage it. That was way close. That was at like 9 pips when I clicked to manage it, and then it dropped in a split second this way. Came down to minus 35. That's 3 on stream. I'm a big believer this 4 hour needs to flip bullish. Based on what I've seen before, but we'll see. The reason I say it needs to flip bullish because we need to come down. If we are going to come down, it's going to be off resistance. If we're going to come up, we've just tapped the support area. We fake out, we come back up, we break highs, we're driving up. Close below. See the 15 close below here?
Yep.
The 30's still open. Reggie, you took that? That made so much sense there.
No, I didn't take it. I'm looking at that for this current
top
15.
wick sell made so much sense. I'm just like,
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I didn't take it though. No.
you had that closure below, and that's a light candle. You just tapped into this
Yeah.
wick right here. That made so much sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I needed a minute to actually process that.
I was looking for the buys, like you said. If this 15
Yeah,
were to fit like a
I
bottom
don't want to
wick here.
marry the bullish bias, right?
Yeah,
Like, I am.
right.
I would like to retest the highs, but we should have done that off the chop. The one I took it off this chop.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come back up here and drive down. Now we're below it. You saw that we opened no top, no bottom wick. I mean, that was
Right. Yeah.
15 printed a support here. This would be lovely if we get this closure on the 15 below here. That's the 30. Closing like this. Yeah, right. Below the 15 support, you should see a top wick and the same thing that happened here. I see it's coming down to 45.55 is probably where options has a buy limit. And a pineapple at 45.40 there, but that's neither here nor there. What we're trying to do is take sells to there if we get this closure below. All right, we get that closure here. I think it was a solid management of risk. But we get this. But we need a closure. If it just drives down, it's fine, because at any moment it can reject, coming back up bullish. So we don't want to be part of the fake out, knowing that we were expecting the fake out. You understand? Give me a second, chat. I hate these little fucking minor, small little losses. They go in the column, in the L column. Really bullish here till that re-break. About 45 pips here, right on the break of the low. If you get down to the wick fill, about 90. We formed a support. Now we're breaking that support. The previous hourly was bearish. We made a top wick. Current now. That'll be a re-break of the lows. Need a top wick here. Need a closure on this 15 at a top wick. The problem is it's a lot of time left. By that time, we'd be up there, we'd be down here. Yeah. Options. BBLs 45.39 and 4 mat. we want a closure. We want to pull back roughly to 45.66 areas, right, for a top wick. So we're driving off something heavy down. 'Cause this isn't the previous resistance, right? This was just support, and we're breaking it off a minor resistance down. The actual resistance that should drive you down is right here, 45.66. So that's where I'd want that top wick, and then come down. We must get a closure here on the 30. Minutes. 6 minutes. $4:20 on the clock. Reminds me of a friend I used to have here on streams. Hot Mike Kenny. You guys know that guy? You guys know Hot Mike Kenny? Hold on a second. Check. Don't come down right now. One minute. 1 minute. Stupid overextended. I would rather get some buys for a top wick on the next 1 hour. 4 hour. Four-hour might close like candle too. Would have needed a pullback and then maybe a rebreak of the lows there. And we fake out. Can we close back up above? Didn't quite get you options, huh? Yeah, I was looking at Market X there. Bearish. 4 hour bearish. I've really hated this range this week, huh? Yesterday, today. Yeah, I'm not big. I'm not with you there on the 50 level options, but I'm with you there on the 40 level, 40 flat. In the water, just waiting for a bite. $25 minutes here, man. 4 hour back bullish, that'll be wild. Right, quick heat. Even. 45.59 is low, but I already had played it twice. I didn't want to trade it a third time. Yeah, I feel you on that one. I feel you on that one. I don't even want to play levels twice sometimes. Hold on a sec, check. God damn it, I was muted for that shit. Yeah, I can't repeat all that. I was saying it's up to dollar in a unique way. Can't repeat. It was funnier the first time. Can't repeat the funny. Funnies. What's up, bro? I hope all is well. You're doing well. Hope the fam is well. Business as well. Yeah, we've had a bunch of traders come through here in the last week or two. It's been a phenomenal quarter two here. We've just lit it up. Except the last 2 days here on stream, but we've lit up Q2 here. Around 3K pips. Yeah, what's the deal, Dollar? Get the bundle. Get the bundle, bro. I got you. Zundar. I got you. Get the bundle. Next time TT comes through, I'll be like, yo, get the bundle, bro. Damn, I can't wait next time ICT comes through here. Remember ICT was here? I should have told him to get the bundle. Where the bundles account, though? Yeah, I went over it in the beginning. Abby, I think all of you guys were submitted. I'm pretty sure I saw your name in the batch from yesterday. I spoke to them yesterday, and they told me it would be before the end of day today. If it doesn't show up, I'm going to reach out to them and find out what happened, where they at. But yeah, I spoke to them yesterday, and they said before end of day Monday. Those two are I'm looking to sell. What? 4559. The 4 hour still. 4 hours gonna turn. Holy shit! There it goes. How much time we got? 20 minutes? 4 hour? And push. I'm just not a big fan of trading the last 15 of the 4 hour candle here. Does that list have my name? Dude, let's look it up. Bunch of people that still haven't answered the WAP messages. No, I have it in front of me. I'm sorry. I didn't ask him. I forgot to. I told you I would next time I talked to him. I didn't ask him. I'm sorry. Just send him a message just now. So yeah, let me wait on the message. Once I see a reply, I'll DM you back on Discord. I just wrote to you on Discord. You see it's active. $15 closed above. 30 still open. Previous 30 below the range. We don't want to flip back bearish here, so let's be patient. Let's wait for this 4-hour close. Last 15 of the 4-hour, and then I think we'll go from there. But I like this fake out. I like how we're closing back up above this range. We have room here. I think, yeah, 43 pips in profit. We could be break even. Looking for that run up. The way I really see the daily is, to me, the previous daily closed like this. And now we've just tapped this area, right, with that bottom wick. I think the daily should be looking like this. I agree about the daily outlook. Yeah, I think we should move up on the day. We should see some kind of correction of this push, but a lot of levels in the way here to the left. Right, the daily's a long candle. It take a long time to develop. London, you know, the next 10 hours. Oh, I keep building. There, we got 11 minutes here. I'm waiting on the 4-hour close here. Yeah, tell me how I walk out. Tell me how I just walked away and picked up my remote from the TV to make a phone call. I'm over here dialing a number on the remote. That's wild. Fresh cut? No, about a week old. Actually, exactly a week old. I cut Monday or Tuesday last week. Tuesday. On a Tuesday. got less than 10 minutes on a 4 hour. Even if it starts flipping bullish shit, it's gonna be tough. So yeah, not taking nothing waiting on a 4 hour. Down, anyone watching a ball game? Closure back above daily open confirm the daily bottom wick? No. No, it does not. I don't know how you can confirm the daily bottom wick unless it's like 4 p.m. Like every candle, closure gives you data. You can make a judgment with a high degree of probability can't really confirm it. We're above this previous 15, but we're creating resistance. So for us to hours sucked. It didn't give us a sense of direction. Held resistance, held support, created a shitload of range, but no clear sense of direction. So as we start closing here, don't change. And the issue is the 4 hour. You see, it's a weak candle and it's above this area. Bottom wick into here, and we absolutely continue to push back up. So we're going to need some more closures here after the 4 hour. We can hold this as a support too. That's a possibility. It's just not clear. Different time frames are telling me different things here. Some time frames are undecisive. If it closes, yeah. Two minutes for the close. Fucking gang. Close respecting this level to the left. You don't really need a massive top wick. I think it makes. You might not need a top wick at all. Plummet. Looking to see if we could tap this area, but we didn't quite get there. There. Bearish like candle on the 4 hour, but we've seen that bottom wick go to the next support, right? Before the 4 hour actually pushes. And this level to the left, we've played it already. See, the wick came up to here, right there, came down. So there is a, we already had that target. Our top wick to 72. It makes sense. But then why did the hourly close? Like when it's this choppy, why do we close respecting that level? Right here to the left. Yeah, not an easy session, not an easy in terms of price action, but yeah, I see these levels to the left, and I see the fact that we closed below them, right? We had a chance to close above, the wick held. And then I see this candle that came down right from the level that we're at without ever really pulling up, right? Minor top wick there, and then plummet. We got precedent for that. 68 target there. Any trades before this session? Yeah, we had 3 throughout the day. After the 2 last night. Hold on a second, chat.
Muted wings.
How long have I been muted? Jeez.
Hot minute.
Wow. Have I been muted this entire 4-hour candle? Just talking about it?
Pretty close to.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's set buy stops at 45.54 flat here. And then a dump. That would have this. Damn. Yeah, I would have missed this anyway. $54.5 was the 5-minute level. Yeah, I like the 4-hour level. And I mean, this is not a bad level, but also see that if we start breaking down below here, the 4-hour level would not make sense. Yeah, that's the only level that makes sense. 45.40 flat to me makes sense with stops below the wicks. Yeah, stops probably be around 75 pips. One extended 120. I'm also under the impression that it's possible that we retest the lows here before pulling any kind of bullish move. That's a possibility. You know, we broke the highs on the previous daily. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 15. If I don't see anything setting up here, if we're not closing below here, or if we're not back up, I'm gonna call it. Maybe we can create a support here on the 15. 30 would respect this area, support on the 15. Bottom wick entry here to retest the highs, unless it fucking pushes up now. Definitely has not been. Would not have gotten activated here. Would have been right there. Would have been like a pip off, 2 pips off. Ten minutes here for this 15. Let's see what the 30 can do here. This is how we close. We're going to look for a bottom wick entry on the next 30-minute candle. What up, Mugs? With a buy, with a sell. Been a really ugly chop here. I haven't been really too comfortable with too much in tonight's session. Yeah, for buys, I would have preferred the bottom of the 4-hour down here. So re-break that low, because once it missed our level, I think I'm looking at 50 flat. 51 area. This was a good position. What time did that happen? That was at 7:30, right? Oh, that was right off the beginning of the damn candle. That was good to come down. Scary though, right? That top wick came right back up. Five minutes on this 15. $30 closes above 45.62. The 15 fakes out here. Right, if we do this, the 15 fakes out, 30 closes above, respecting support, and the hourly doesn't have a top wick, needs to come up and make one. That's what we'll play here. See if the 30 can respect here. 3 minutes to go. Close like this, I'm going to look for a bottom wick entry off around 45.57 areas to come up off the bottom of this candle. If we don't get up back above the range here, next candle could close back below and then shorts. We also don't want to flip. We want to get in before that flip as that's our advantage, right? Creating that top wick. We're getting a flip on the candle. So this would be a perfect closure like this. About 40 pips for an advantage point. Motherfucker. I'm gonna market X here whenever we close in 45 seconds if we get that bottom wick first. We're gonna need a top wick and we're gonna need to have some range to come up here. A nasty closure. There's no room for that bottom wick. All right, 30 held though, right? 30 held. I'm gonna take a buy right here. Take a market. So we could come down, could we break the lows, but the 30 held support. So we're really looking for that flip here. Not looking to keep a massive stop. Here's what we're gonna do. Move stops to break even here. We should not come back to break even. We're up about 18 pips, 20 pips. If we come back to our entry, we're probably gonna re-break our low. Partials are the flip. Flip is partials. I'm gonna have 0. The limit 62. I'm sorry, should be a bit higher right there. 362, 8. Quick. Okay. Looking to get to 64.1 and stops it to break even. Okay. We either flip or we continue on down to make a steeper low. Got a good entry. We're up about 25 pips. No, I'm sorry, I saw more. I saw 32. Okay, let's put stops here too. Stop. Yep, stops it. We pushed up. We flipped. We flipped on the candle. But it rebroke the lows.
Don't forget to raise the sell limit, Wix.
Man. If it taps us, it should have came down to here. At the very least. Saw the flip. Came down, came all the way up. So yeah, it was a tip away from the flip. You want that initial reaction. You don't want the rebreak of the lows because then it creates a steeper bottom wick and then you understand. The fact that we're not slingshotting up makes me think we might come down for a steeper bottom wick for this 4 hour. Why do you need a top wick? A range is created. I'm just of the opinion that it's not that I need a top wick. That was my target, to create a top wick for just previous candle wick fill as we got in on the bottom wick. Idea is we're at support. The 15 held and the 30 held, and we've opened up with a bottom wick. You're likely to create a top wick. Previous candle doesn't have a top wick, but if you look around, 90% of 95% of candles have top and bottom wick. So we've created a bottom wick. We're at support. We're expecting a push up. The 4 hour held support. We're just bottom wicks everywhere. Hourly, no top wick. 30, no top wick. You're expecting that to be made, bouncing off support, especially when you're holding support on higher time frames. Break even. So 32 pips max. Very tired. Man, I was really wanted to take advantage of this. Force it here, but it's just clean range up, clean range down. And for any kind of buys now that this rebroke the lows, we would need not just a flip, not a wick entry. For buys, we would have to get the next candle to now close back up above. So you've created this range here on the small time frame. You would need the next candle to push up and give you that closure, and then you can say, all right, now we're going to retest these highs within that range. But once again, you'd have to hold here, and from what it looks like this candle should break down here to 45-40 areas. We'll see. We have not broken the low, though. Not broken the previous 15 low, but that's on its way. Dang. Getting late. It's almost 11. I think I'm going to call it here and take this into the signal channel. I think if we get some close, because I see at least a couple of candles close. Need to close this one and the next one. So if that's the case, I'd rather take it into the signal channel and trade in there. You want to be a part of that? Get the bundle. Dr. Dollar, thank you for showing up. Knows a lot about the bundle, I guess.
Hey, Rix, before you go, would it be wise to take a sell? Would it be wise to take a sell if you break the lows?
I would wait for a closure over there. So
Yeah, if you close below 4554.
we do this.
And then-
You would also probably want, if you're trading on this 30 on this hourly, probably want the top wick to be made. So you want to start coming up here. You'd want a heavy push up.
Oh,
Or you
okay.
would need a range too. So you'd want to close. If you want to make sure that you're not going to come back up for the top wick, you let that candle close. I'm probably not going to trade the break of the lows there. I would wait for it to attempt to come up here, fail, right? And then trade the break of the low. Then you can just impulsively trade it if you get that top wick. Then any kind of break of the lows, you're below. Look at this clean range down here, right? It's not going to do it immediately. But don't forget you have levels in the way here. I think minor, you hold them as long as you're able to hold this level, bullish or bearish. Break of the lows here, celery play makes sense. But you want the market to attempt to come up here and fail. And if you don't get that top wick, you want to wait for a range 2. Top wick and you start plummeting down, yeah, you just grabbed a bunch of orders in this area. If it starts slingshotting, you're going to head down the same way. But if it doesn't get up there, wait for support, resistance, break of that support to take you down to the rest of the range. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna wait for. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna wait for and see if we could trade that in the bundle within the private community. Gang, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Zoom, see you guys in the Discord. Mods, thank you so much for helping me run the stream. Chat, love and wisdom to you all. Thank you for rocking with me during the rocky times, during the good times, during the great times, during the fun times, during the sad times, during all the times. But thank you for being loyal, sticking around here. Not every session has massive energy, but man, it's like 6 or 7 hours of talking for me throughout the day. You guys can participate. I want the Zoom gang to participate more. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here. See you guys tomorrow. As for me, my time here is up, and just like that, another Asian session is in the books. Have a good night, everybody, and don't get discouraged. It's only Monday. We're gonna keep it going. Quarter 2 is not over. We're gonna keep it going. See you guys tomorrow. Later.